Alright, let's talk about a true icon, a woman who didn't just break the rules, she rewrote the entire playbook. We're talking about the one, the only, queen of pop, Madonna. This isn't just a story about a pop star. It's a saga of ambition, rebellion, and relentless reinvention that has spanned over for decades. How did a girl from a small town in Michigan become one of the most powerful and influential figures in modern history? Let's dive in. Our story begins in Bay City, Michigan, where on August 16, 1958, Madonna Louise Ciccone was born into a large, devoutly Catholic Italian-American family. Life wasn't easy. Losing her mother to breast cancer when she was just 5 years old was a defining moment. This early tragedy instilled in her a sense of fierce independence and a feeling that she had to be strong, that she couldn't rely on anyone but herself. She later said that the experience taught her that she was going to have to be her own mother. From a young age, Madonna stood out. She was a straight-A student, a cheerleader, but also a rebel. She was known for her unconventional behavior, challenging authority and social norms long before she had a stage to do it on. But her real passion, her escape, was dance. She earned a dance scholarship to the University of Michigan, but the classroom couldn't contain her ambition. The big city was calling. So, in 1978, with just $35 in her pocket and a dream bigger than the New York City skyline, she dropped out of college and bought a one-way ticket. She famously told the taxi driver to take her to the center of everything. She arrived in Times Square, a place of grit and glamour, ready to conquer the world. But the city was tough. She worked a series of odd jobs, including at a Dunkin' Donuts, and lived in squalor, facing the harsh realities of being a struggling artist. She danced with several modern dance troupes, honing her craft, but she knew her destiny was something more. She wanted to be the one in the spotlight, not just part of the chorus. This hunger for the spotlight led her to music. She started playing drums and singing in breakfast clubs and punk bands like the Breakfast Club and Emmy. It was here she began to find her voice, not just as a singer, but as a songwriter. She learned to play guitar and keyboards and started crafting her own demo tapes. These weren't just songs, they were declarations of intent. They were catchy, they were danceable, and they were filled with the energy of a young woman determined to be heard. She hustled her tapes all over New York, and finally, one landed in the right hands. DJ and producer Mark Kamens was impressed and passed it on to Seymour Stein, the legendary founder of Sire Records. Stein, famously listening to her demo from his hospital bed, saw the spark, he saw the star, he signed her on the spot. In 1983, the world was officially introduced to Madonna with her self-titled debut album. The first single, Everybody, became a club hit, but it was the third single that truly ignited the fire. Holiday was a blast of pure, unapologetic joy. It was an invitation to a global dance party, and everyone was invited. The song exploded, climbing the charts and putting Madonna on the map. It was followed by Borderline and Lucky Star, and with them came the iconic music videos that showcased not just her music, but her unique style. The lace gloves, the layered jewelry, the crucifixes, the messy hair. A look was born, but if the first album was the spark, the second album was the supernova. In 1984, she released Like a Virgin. The title track, with its provocative lyrics and that now legendary performance at the first ever MTV Video Music Awards where she rolled around on stage in a wedding dress, was a cultural earthquake. It was pure shock and awe. Parents were outraged, critics were divided. But the kids understood. She was talking about love, desire, and female agency in a way no one had before. She wasn't a victim of love, she was in control. The album also gave us Material Girl, another anthem that cemented her image as a savvy, glamorous powerhouse. Madonna wasn't just a pop star anymore, she was a global phenomenon, a fashion icon, and a symbol of the 80s. She was the queen of pop, and what does a queen do? She rules, but Madonna's reign was never about sitting still on a throne. It was about constant, radical evolution. Just when you thought you had her figured out, she would transform. For her 1986 album True Blue, she shed the punky, street-smart look for a more classic, platinum blonde Hollywood glamour. The album was a massive success, with hits like Papa Don't Preach, which tackled the complex issue of teen pregnancy, Open Your Heart, and the beautiful ballad Live to Tell. She was proving that she had depth and range, that she was more than just a material girl. Then came 1989's Like a Prayer. This was Madonna at her most audacious and personal. The title track's music video, with its imagery of burning crosses and a black saint, caused an uproar. It was condemned by the Vatican, and Pepsi, who had signed her to a multi-million-dollar endorsement deal, dropped her and pulled their commercial featuring the song. But the controversy only made her bigger. The album was hailed as a masterpiece, a deeply personal work exploring her faith, her family, and her liberation. She had taken on the establishment and won. The 1990s saw her push the boundaries even further. She launched her Blonde Ambition Tour, a theatrical spectacle that was more like a Broadway show than a pop concert, complete with the iconic cone bra designed by Jean-Paul Gaultier. Then came the erotica era. With her book Sex and the album Erotica, she delved deep into themes of sexuality and fantasy, challenging societal taboos head-on. Many thought she had finally gone too far, that her career was over. They were wrong. After the storm of the erotica backlash, she pivoted once again. She released Bedtime Stories, a softer, R&B-influenced album, and then completely reinvented herself with the starring role in the film Evita, for which she won a Golden Globe for Best Actress. This was followed by 1998's Ray of Light, inspired by her study of Kabbalah, motherhood, and a newfound spirituality. The album was a stunning fusion of electronica, techno, and pop. It was a critical and commercial triumph, winning for Grammy Awards and proving that Madonna, now in her 40s, was still at the cutting edge of music and culture. The 21st century has seen her continue this relentless pace. From the electronic pulses of music in 2000 to the politically charged American life to the disco revival of Confessions on a Dance Floor in 2005, she has never stopped experimenting. Each album, each tour, is a new chapter, a new persona, a new sound. She has collaborated with the hottest producers and artists of the moment, from Timbaland and Pharrell to Nicki Minaj and Maluma, always keeping her finger on the pulse of pop culture and more often than not, defining it. Her work ethic is legendary. Her live shows are epic productions that set the standard for every artist that followed. Her impact on fashion is undeniable. Her influence on female artists, from Britney Spears and Lady Gaga to Dua Lipa and Beyoncé, is immeasurable. She showed them that you could be strong, sexy, smart, and in complete control of your own career and image. With over 300 million records sold worldwide, she is the best-selling female recording artist of all time. But the numbers only tell part of the story. Madonna's legacy is about courage. The courage to leave home with nothing but a dream. The courage to sing about controversial topics. The courage to be unapologetically sexual. The courage to change, to evolve, and to never, ever apologize for who she is. Today, even as she approaches her late 60s, she is still touring, still making music, still provoking, and still reigning. She is a mother, a businesswoman, a director, a philanthropist, and an activist. She is living proof that age is just a number, and that limitations are only what you place on yourself. The girl from Michigan who arrived in New York with $35 in her pocket didn't just find the center of everything, she became it. She is, and always will be, the undisputed, unparalleled, and eternal queen of pop. What an incredible journey! If you were inspired by this deep dive into a true legend, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more stories about the icons who shaped our world. Let us know in the comments which Madonna era is your favorite. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.